So it is so important that you know your worth. Know you may not be perfect, you may not always get it right, but know what you deserve and don't take anything less than that. When you're stepping into womanhood, yes, the family that you create is your number one priority, but your friends should not be far behind. But when you're a grown woman and you got objectives and things that you need to get done, baby, you need to plan, okay? People are going to talk about the mistakes. You know, the haters, they're going to always want to bring up your past, but it's about where you at now. Welcome and or welcome back to my channel. My name is Shamika if you are new here, and if you're joining us for the first time, go ahead and click that subscribe button, sister. We would love to have you here. So in today's video, I'm going to be sharing my grown woman habits, and these are habits that are essentially going to help you transition from a young woman to a grown woman. And so these are things that I think every young woman should do and practice as she enters into womanhood, and it kind of just helps you keep your life organized and on track, if you will. Now, I will be breaking this video down into different categories, so if you want to see the tips that I have, then just keep on watching. So the first category that we're going to be talking about is maintaining your space, because I feel that maintaining your home and your space as a woman is super important. Nobody likes a dirty house. Don't no man want to come to no dirty house, and your friends don't want to come to no dirty house, and your friends gonna talk about you behind your back. So we want to keep our space together and tidy and presentable. So with that being said, the first tip that I have for you that I swear by is when I am leaving one room, I will take something out of that room and put it into the space that it belongs. So for example, if I had a cup in my room because I was drinking some water out of it earlier, when I leave my bedroom to go to the bathroom, I'm going to take that cup with me to the kitchen. And this just helps prevent things from accumulating in your space that don't belong, so that when it's time to clean up and organize your space, you don't have a ton of stuff to go through. I see some women's, and this is no shade, I see some women's closets and rooms, and I just be like, how did you let it get like that? My space is never claustrophobic and chaotic, and it's never just stuff everywhere. And I have a lot of stuff, but everything has its place, and I like to keep everything in its place. I never let things get too far out of their place. And that's not to say that I'm perfect or that I'm Miss Clean Freak. I'm not that at all, but I do keep things in their place, and I put things back in their place, and I don't let them stay out of their place for too long. Drink for every time I say a place, but you get what I'm saying. Keep your things where they belong, so that when it is time to clean up, you don't have 50 different things that have to go into different areas of your home. The next thing that I swear by is, if it takes 3 minutes or less, do it now. Now, I am not, like I said, a clean freak. I can get lazy. I can get into a space where I just don't feel like doing anything. But what has really helped me is telling myself, if it's not going to take that long, then to just get it over with. Because let's say, for example, I say, okay, well, I'm going to wash the dishes tomorrow, but it's just a spoon and a fork in the sink. Why not just do it now? Why go to sleep with those dirty dishes in my sink? Ain't no telling who gonna come by, ain't no telling who gonna pop over. And just for my own peace of mind, let me just get the dishes over with now. Even if I'm just gonna put them in the dishwasher for tomorrow, let me just do that now to maintain my space. The same thing with the bathroom. If I have my comb and my brush and my edge control and everything just laying out, I don't have to do a deep clean and scrub the counter down, but it wouldn't hurt to put those things back where they belong, so that I'm walking into a clean, organized space every time I go into my bathroom. Those things that are only going to take 1 to 3 minutes, do them as soon as possible, so that you're not, again, letting clutter pile up and accumulate. And the last tip that I have for maintaining your space is to make your bed daily. Now, this is something that I learned when I was a young girl. One of my dad's girlfriends at the time taught me this trick, and she said that you should make your bed every day. And the reason that she said you should do this is because when your bed is made, it makes your whole room look like it's more clean and put together than it actually is. And I promise you guys, it is true. I have been doing this trick since I was at least 15 years old. Every day I make my bed. Now, it doesn't have to be super glamorous. Like, sometimes the pillows are not here. I'm not gonna lie to you all. Sometimes I have the pillows sitting on my couch in front of my bed, but every day my bed is made, my pillows are fluffed, and my sheets are made to look like they are presentable and ready to be laid in for the day. And what this does is, like I said, it just makes your entire space look more cleaner than it actually is. Your bed is the main attraction of your bedroom, so if that looks a mess, everything is going to look a mess. But if your bed is put together and your bed looks nice, it kind of makes the room look a little less junky than it probably really is. The next category is planning, and literally what I have written down on my notes here is plan, 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 because what is life without planning? I know some people like to just go with the flow of things, and that's beautiful and that's cute, but when you're a grown woman and you got objectives and things that you need to get done, baby, you need to plan, okay? So when we talk about planning, the first thing that I want to touch on is have a plan for your time. It is no secret how fast time goes, especially when you become an adult with responsibilities and bills and things of that nature. A year will go by in 3 months if you blink hard enough. So with that being said, have a plan for what you want to get done each day, each week, each month. Because if you don't have a plan for your time, that time is going to pass you by and you're going to look up and wonder, what did you do with your life? What did you do with the last year? What did you get accomplished? Did you check off any goals? Did you do anything exciting, fun? No, you just lived. You just went to work and paid your bills because you didn't have a plan for your time. Plan your time so that you have things that you want to check off and things that you have to hold yourself accountable for, because the time is going to pass you by and you don't want to look up and have wasted your life doing nothing, paying bills and just getting by. The next tip is to be on a schedule for visiting your doctors. That goes for your PCP, your OBGYN, your dentist, your eye doctor, your dermatologist, everything. Be on a schedule, because what I've learned is that preventative care is just as important as the urgent care. You don't only want to be going to the OBGYN when something is wrong. You don't only want to go to your PCP, your eye doctor, your dentist, none of that when something is wrong. I go to my dentist every 6 months. I see my OBGYN once a year unless something is wrong. I see my PCP once a year. I see my eye doctor once to twice a year, depending on. So just get in the habit and in the routine of seeing your medical professionals, because at the end of the day, like I said, preventative care is just as important as urgent care. You don't only want to be checking up on something when something is going wrong. You want to make sure that your body and everything is flowing how it should, your eyes are working how they should, you're getting your teeth cleaned. You're supposed to go to the dentist every 6 months anyway, so you're going to get your cleanings, your fillings, your cavities filled, all of those different things. So definitely stay on top of your medical appointments. The next thing that we have for planning is to plan for the next day the night before. So if tomorrow you know you want to go to the gym, or you have to get up and go to the office, take out your gym clothes the night before, take out your work clothes the night before. If you can, prep your hair with some heatless curls overnight. Do whatever you can the night before to help prepare you for the next day, to make it a smooth transition into the next day. The one thing I hate is when I have to go into the office the next day and I have not planned for that day, because when I wake up that morning, baby, I am in shambles. I'm looking for something to wear. I'm trying to hurry up and shower, brush my teeth, do my hair. Next thing you know, I'm walking into the office 30 minutes late with my McDonald's and my coffee, and just, you know, because I'm gonna take my time. I have to get myself together, but I shouldn't be there late. But I am there late because I didn't plan for the night before. Same thing with my gym class. Sometimes I'll say, okay, I'm gonna go to the gym when I get off work. I get off work, I come in, I sit on that couch. Now I'm scrambling at the last minute to pick out my gym clothes and figure out what I want to wear, and I can't find the socks I want, the shoes I want, and all of these things. It is just so much easier to just plan for your day the night before. It makes it so easy to go through the next day, because I feel like those last minute hiccups are always going to come up. So if you can prepare for what you can prepare for, then do that. So when those last minute hiccups come up, they're not totally derailing you and knocking you off of your schedule and making you late for things and just having you real flustered for the day. To touch on that point just a little bit more, it's best to just always have an agenda for the following day, so that when that day comes, you know what you need to do. I'm always thinking about tomorrow. I'm not necessarily thinking about today, because I know everything that I need to get done today, and I have that list in my mind that I'm kind of already checking off. I'm thinking about tomorrow. What do I got to do tomorrow? I'm not waiting until tomorrow comes to think about what do I got to do today, because that's too late. Today is already here. What are we doing today, and what are we doing the next day? So I hope that makes sense. I hope that kind of provides you a little bit of insight into how I like my days to run. The next tip that I have for you is to schedule your hangouts with your friends and your loved ones. Now, if you are in my age group, you probably have kids or a husband and so many other things that keep us super busy throughout our days. So what I find is that scheduling your hangouts with your girls or your people is going to really help you stay connected to them. I find that we kind of get so busy in our own life with our man and our kids and everything that we have to do that we can lose contact with those that we love the most, and you will look up and it's been 2 years since you and your girl been out for some drinks. So schedule those days, even if it's months out. Like when me and my friend went to the Usher concert, we planned to go to the Usher concert in February for October. It's like 7 months apart, but that's okay. We still had something on the calendar, and I think we even hung out a little bit in between that, but we still had that date on the calendar that we knew we were going to see each other, hang out, catch up. And so that's the beautiful thing about scheduling those hangouts. It helps prevent you from losing that connection with your friends because you have that date on the calendar to look forward to. So even if you're not talking daily and texting daily, you know when I see you on the 15th of March, girl, we got some things to get into. So schedule those hangouts with your girls so that you can stay connected and keep your individuality about yourself and not get so wrapped up in the woes of daily life. The next category is health is wealth, and the first tip that I have for you is to cut back alcohol consumption. Now, me and my sister were just talking about this on the phone, and she was telling me about how when she goes out, she doesn't like how she feels the next day. She feels sluggish and hungover and stuff like that, and I told her it's because she needs to implement a drink rule. For me, my drink rule is that when I go out, I can only have 2 shots and 2 drinks. That is going to keep me right where I need to be. Any more than that, I'm probably going to be waking up the next day feeling toe up and all of the things. So implement you a drink rule for when you go out so that you're not getting sloppy wasted, feeling hungover, and feeling tore up the next day, because it really does bleed into the next day. And I don't know if you're like me, I get a late start to my day, I'm sluggish, everything definitely don't get done for the day, and I just don't feel good about myself. And then to my sister's point, it makes you not feel good about going outside in return. So definitely implement that drink rule, and then also just be mindful of how much alcohol you're consuming on a daily and weekly basis. Like, I'm not someone who's just going to drink because I'm in a house bored. I'm not just going to go open a bottle of wine. I'm a social drinker, but even still, I need to have certain boundaries and parameters around how much I'm drinking when I drink socially, because I will overdo it. And as we get older, the alcohol consumption, not only does it make us feel bad the next day, it doesn't help us with our health goals. You know, alcohol goes straight to your stomach and it makes you look bloated and full, and it just doesn't do anything good for your body. Alcohol is poison, so cut back as much as possible. The next thing that I would suggest, obviously, is have an exercise routine. I talk about this in all of my videos. Walking is a great form of exercise. Walking really helps cut your waist fat. It really cuts your belly fat down. So if you want to slim and trim that waist, girl, go for walks at an incline especially. You don't have to necessarily use equipment and go to a gym. Like I said, you could just walk. Just find something to do that's going to get you up and active daily if possible. If you're not someone who want to go to the gym, if you're not someone who wants to lift weights and buy weights and do weight training and all that stuff, that is totally understandable. I would highly suggest at least walking at a bare minimum. My boyfriend loves to walk. Him and his mom go on walks all the time, and it's a great way to bond with other people and to just get outside and breathe in some fresh air for the day. And the last and final tip I have for the health category is to just be conscious of what you're putting into your body. Don't be eating all the cookies and the cakes and the little Debbies and the hot crunchy cheese curls all the time. Be mindful of how much of that stuff you're consuming and take it easy. For me, I try to only really indulge in the sweets around my cycle time when I'm PMSing, but there are times where I fall off the bandwagon and I'm going in heavy, eating snack after snack after snack. I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of in that phase right now. I don't know what's been going on, but I've been on the snacks heavy. I've been slacking on going to the gym. I don't know if it's the weather outside or what it is, but I definitely need to get back into the habit of eating clean, eating healthy, and taking care of my body, because as you get older, your body starts to work against you, and we don't want that. We want to look fit and tight and right, sister. So definitely take care of your body, because health is wealth. Now we are on the category of relationships, and the first tip I have for the relationship category is we have to release the toxic relationships. If you are coming into womanhood womanhood, you should have already dealt with all the toxicity that you should have within relationships. And when I say relationships, I'm not just talking about romantic relationships, I'm talking about the platonic ones too, because friendships can be toxic. We want to release all that toxicity and all the things that bring out the worst in us. Look around you and see, are the people that you're surrounding yourself with, are the people that you are in relationship with bringing out the best version of you? Are they helping you get to the person that you want to be, or are they holding you back? Are they bringing out sides of you that you're trying to let go of and bringing up traumas in you that you're trying to heal past? Or are they bringing out the best in you? And if they're not bringing out the best in you and helping you get to the woman that you need to be and want to be, then you got to release them and let them go. Let them go hold somebody else back, and you continue on this journey to becoming who it is that you're trying to be. The next tip that I have for you all is something that I think I've always been and done, but I'm more intentional about it now, and that is trying to be a resource to those around me. I feel like being a resource to those around me is the biggest gift that I can give them. When I say give them things, I'm talking about the intangibles, like being a listening ear, providing sound advice, giving wise counsel, things like that. I want to be someone to those around me and those in my life who they know they can call me, and at the end of the conversation they feel good, they feel happy, they feel motivated, they got the steps and the tools that they need to go into whatever direction it is they're trying to head. I've helped them solve their problem. I want to be a resource, because I found that it's not what you give people in the sense of monetary or materialistic things. It's what you give them in the intangibles that matter, that speak to your character. Those are going to be the things that when you're not in the room, people say those things about you and spread your name in good ways to other people. So I really want to be a resource to those around me. I feel like that's what makes me a good woman, and that's what makes any woman a good woman, when you can look to her and say, yeah, she's for her people, she helps her people, she benefits her people, she helps bring out the best in her people. And so that's something that I really truly pride myself on, and I think that's something that every woman should tap into as she enters her journey into womanhood. And the third and final tip that I have in the relationships category kind of touches on what we spoke on earlier, but that is staying connected to your friends. And I spoke on this earlier, so I'm not going to talk too much about it, but just life can get in the way, and we can let our friendships fall to the wayside and let our men and our kids take priority. But that is not healthy to do, because when your relationships is not in a good place, or you're super stressed with your kids, or whatever may be going on, you need that community of women who can relate to you and who can help bring you out of that space and that funk and whatever you're feeling. If all you have is your man and your kids, when things get dark, when things get hard and rough and tough, you're going to feel alone, you're going to feel helpless, you're going to feel isolated, and it's going to make you stay in a negative state of mind. Versus if you have some good friends to take a trip with, go to her house and drink some wine and just vent out your frustration and make you laugh and help you feel better. That is what you need to get by. Do not abandon your girlfriends during these times, ladies. When you're stepping into womanhood, yes, the family that you create is your #1 priority, but your friends should not be far behind. The last and final category is personal. And so the first thing that I want to touch on is knowing your worth. This is something that I feel like every young woman probably struggles with at some point or another, because I know I have. I feel like as a young woman, sometimes we cannot see our light. We cannot see how beautiful we are, how smart and capable we are, and we can settle for things that are beneath us. So it is so important that you know your worth. Know you may not be perfect, you may not always get it right, but know what you deserve and don't take anything less than that. The next tip is to give yourself grace. Yes, you are not perfect. Yes, you are going to trip, stumble, and fall. Yes, you are going to make some silly, stupid decisions, but it's just all a part of the journey. All of that stuff don't matter. What matters is how you pick yourself back up, how you dust yourself back off, and how you recover from all the mistakes that you made. Y'all are looking at a woman who has made plenty of silly, stupid mistakes. I am not sitting in front of you as a perfect woman at all, but I've learned from every single thing I've done, and I've bounced back stronger, smarter, finer, sexier, wiser than ever. And that's what matters. People are going to talk about the mistakes. You know, the haters, they're going to always want to bring up your past, but it's about where you at now and how you recover from those things. So give yourself grace. When you're down, that's fine. You down for a minute, but don't stay down, sister. Pick yourself up, gather your things, and keep it pushing. And the last tip that I have for you ladies is to speak kindly to yourself. What I've realized is that a lot of women speak kindly to themselves on social media. They that girl on social media, but they don't really feel like that about themselves on the inside. So I think it's super important that you speak kindly to yourself, not just on social media, in real life. When you look in that mirror and it's just you in that mirror with no makeup on, no wig on, fresh in the morning, speak kindly to yourself. Tell yourself you're beautiful. Tell yourself you're smart. Tell yourself you're talented. Tell yourself that you have a gift that you're looking to give to this world and you're going to leave your mark. Speak kindly to yourself. Pour life into yourself. All the affirmations that you want to hear from other people, it starts with you. Give that stuff to yourself first, and not just in the presence of others, when it's just you and God in the mirror in the room. Speak kindly to yourself, because it's going to radiate how you feel about yourself, and it's going to show in the way you treat yourself. So that is all that I have for you all. Please leave me some comments down below and let me know if I missed anything or if you resonate with anything that I said. I love you all, and I will see you in my next video. Bye bye.